Congrats on the win is perhaps this message for Akua on day 6, the day which again demanded maturity beyond years from teenager Koyoshi, in this match with September's winless wonder Oki, now rebuilding his image in Division 3. See, Oki's not so bad after all. He knows Yoshi still needs a year or two to power up his tachiai, and attacks from the off, smashing head into shoulder and hand into pectoral. Yoshi is more threatening with an inside left and tries, with good footwork, to salvage things by scooping. But when he goes for the inside right, Oki's arm block is sensational, while his feet are very well spread. Oki is 2 rungs below Yoshi for now, but probably not for long. Okay, there are lots of bouts I could have shown you, so let me narrow things down to those for which I have good interview quotes so you can see clearly what was in the wrestlers' minds. Starting with this one, Terutsuyoshi versus struggling Tsurugisho in a game of sumo pinball. She had a lucky escape. I thought I'd change my pattern today as the losses have piled up, Tsurugisho explained. But when I sidestepped, to my shock, I slipped. Well, this is just a theory, but... The first match was too close to call, so off they went again. For the rematch, Tsurugisho said, I thought he'd factor in my previous sidestep and not charge so hard. It looks like my strategy worked. We presume those were just 2 of the 10 tachiai he claims to possess. Kotonowaka was one of 5 Midori Fuji shoulder swing-down victims in January. And punished the man with a brutal new technique of bounce off the referee. I think I dealt with him properly, Kotonowaka opined. It's just inviting him to attack, isn't it, if I try to avoid his swing down, so I vowed to dive in there first. Myogiryu was looking to retain his surprise overall lead against Saitama Sakai Jr. Hokutofuji. Botz was ultimately unable to subdue Hokuto's right and fiercely driving legs. I just couldn't quite finish him off, he said of his parry follow-up, thwarted by elbow block and pin. I'm pleased with my strong perseverance, said Hokuto, who claimed implausibly that fighting the leader gave him no extra desire. Mitake Umi has an awful record against Takayasu. Which continued today. Having lost to outside right last time, Mitake revealed that he'd devised something for the tachiai, but, quote, my hips were too high and it didn't work. I wanted to give myself breathing room and bend my knees more. After showing himself to be equally happy with an outside left, Takayasu claimed he'd caught the belt in a good place, and that his main goal was to withstand the initial assault and resist temptation to pull. Takarafuji was one of just 2 men to fell Daisho in January. And after a last-ditch forearm shove to the chin, he did so again. I couldn't see much, but I felt his body was underneath, Takada recalled, meaning even if a judges' conference had been convened, I would have been confident of it going my way. Kiriyama had obviously watched his opponent's last 2 bouts, but Terenofuji had also learned from them, breaking the inside left with a firm cradle and hip jerk, then showing his jaw-dropping strength. Perhaps you heard the crowd loudly dreading Kiriyama's fate the moment this outside right landed. "I'm only doing what I can," was Teru's modest comment. "I just tried to reset myself following yesterday's loss and go again." Takano bested Onosho by combining his newfound inside right with a fine clamp and press from the left. "Onosho's a quick starter, so I was keen not to lose the tachi-ai," was how he explained his initial right jab. "He stole a march on me last time and pushed me around a lot, right?" Okay, let's just check with the archive. Ah, yes. Asanoyama gave us a vintage display for the first time in weeks. "I hit and drove forward well," he assessed. "The first 3 days were shaky, but I think I've turned it around and started imposing my style." And for the second match straight, Shodai refused to risk an ankle-threatening fall at the rope. And today paid with defeat to Meisei. "I hung in there and tucked my head into his chest nicely," said the surprise winner. "The grip reversal was unconscious, just instinctive." "I didn't blow it by allowing that reversal," Shodai sighed. "But before that, when I failed to finish him at the rope. And I'm not too convinced with my tachi-ai either." Doubtless his attendants heard all about it on the somber walk home. The general flow of people symbolizing all the things Shodai feels to be against him. Let's see if he recovers, Meisei style, over the weekend.